we've started with him here. We feel very, very fortunate. Oh, thank you. Okay, yeah, appreciate that. So I'm just going to read a little bit about our group, keep it brief, so Susan will then lead us in a meditation. We meet every Wednesday evening, 6:30 to 8 o'clock in this room. The Turgar meditation is it's generally based on the Joy of Living book, which was written by Mingyur Rinpoche, and he's a Tibetan Buddhist meditation teacher. The weekly sessions we have are all different. We follow a topic, and we kind of follow that usually for the whole month. And we start with guided meditations, and then we usually have Dharma talks, which are lively discussions or go into breakout groups and other things. And then some Wednesdays a month, we do all meditation, walking, sitting, maybe following somebody on a video. So it's a secular group, but it is grounded in Tibetan Buddhism. And it's open to all levels. Beginners, any level of meditator can come. I think there'll be benefit for anybody who comes. And just a couple of things. You can drop in any time. This isn't like, oh, I can't go every Wednesday. Come once. Maybe we'll see you in 3 months. We have people who do that. So just drop in if you feel it's something you'd like to try. There's no cost, and you don't have to buy or read the book, okay? All right, I'll let Susan is going to lead us. Do you want me to stay up here with you? Okay.
Sure, if you want to. Or you can leave, whatever you want.
I'll go sit down.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I can't see everyone, but I know you're there, and that feels wonderful to know you're there. I'm just going to read a quote by Mingyur Rinpoche, and he's the founding teacher of Turgar meditation. And I'm aware that this group, Center for Spiritual Living, does a lot of meditation, and there's so many similarities between the meditation that we already do here and the meditation that we do on Wednesday night. But this is a quote by him: meditation is really quite simple. All we have to do is embrace each experience with awareness and open our hearts fully to the present moment. When we are completely at ease with our own being, the ripples of awareness naturally spread out in all directions, touching the lives of everyone we meet. And I think back to what Reverend Ken said about that young lady who got the scholarship and how she wants to benefit others. And that's a real theme in our meditation, the benefiting of not only ourselves, but of others. So we'll just start with a brief meditation. We always open a meditation with an opening aspiration, and we end with a closing dedication. And David just put our opening aspiration so we can join it together and say this together. With boundless compassion and wisdom, I will work for the welfare of all. May we be free from hunger and discord and have joy in a world at peace. So just allow yourself to get situated in your seat. You can move, wiggle, jiggle a little, but keep your spine loosely straight and sit comfortably. And this is a meditation on body sensations. We all have a body. We all have sensations. Sometimes we try to get rid of sensations. Sometimes we're not aware of what sensations are there. So this is bringing presence to our bodies. And feel any sensation in your forehead, pleasant, unpleasant, or perhaps neutral, or no sensation at all. And then move from the forehead to the top of the head, and just be aware. It doesn't matter what kind of sensations are present. Just be aware of what is there or perhaps not there. Moving from the top of the head to the back of the head, relaxing the muscles. Bring your awareness to the neck and shoulders and relax the shoulders. And be aware of any sensations in your chest, in your stomach. Don't tighten the muscles in your stomach. Just allow your abdomen to relax. And be aware of your arms and legs. Feeling your entire body from head to feet. Just relax and allow whatever sensations that are present. Don't try to control them. Just be free. Be yourself and allow sensations to arise, to pass, and letting them be in your awareness. Sensations come into awareness. They stay in awareness perhaps for a moment, and then they dissolve back into awareness. Just allowing yourself to be present for not only your body and the sensations in your body, but the awareness that is aware of the sensations. And now gently open your eyes if they've been closed. And we'll put the closing dedication up on the screen. And we'll end this brief meditation reciting this together. By the power of this compassionate practice, may suffering be transformed into peace. May the hearts of all beings be open and their wisdom radiate from within. Thank you all.
You gotta watch them every minute. All right, so now we got ourselves in this gentle space. Great time to do an affirmative prayer, to take that energy and project it out to the universe. And I can't think of anyone better to do it than our own Maureen. Come on up, Maureen. Would you like a chair?
Good morning, everyone. How wonderful to be with all of you. What a pleasure, an honor, a privilege to share all of this. Oh, and our guests, I'm so grateful for that meditation. It was wonderful. It's a beautiful day. Let's look at each other. Be happy that we're all here sharing this, providing energy that radiates out to the world. It's so good. So the message that kept coming to me when I was trying to prepare for a reading this past week was limitless love. And I think that is so important that we take that into our consciousness and to our heart and know that it is always available to us. So the reading I have, of course, is from one of my favorites, Ernest Holmes, and it's his 2 short meditations about love. Love. The love of the all-good is within me and through me. That love goes out to meet all who come into my atmosphere. It radiates to all and is flowing through all. My love within me is perfect. Thy love within me is perfect. Love dissolves all fear. Greater than fear is love. Love, like the river of life, flows through me and refreshes me with the eternal blessings. Love cannot be afraid. It is fearless and strong and is mighty in its works. Yes, we know that. It can accomplish all things through the inner light of that faith in the all-good, which fills my very being with a powerful presence. Love casts out all fear. So, how grateful I am to have this opportunity to pray with all of you. It's such a good feeling to be part of a community that cares, part of a community that serves, part of a community that loves, limitless love. So I know that this service is blessed and a blessing. And the messages we've already received and will be receiving from Reverend Ken and all of those here and their inner messages are being communicated with each other in this field of prayer that we are all in. So I know that all is well, regardless of what seems to be circumstances. It's all unfolding in its perfection, and that love is limitless, healing, healing, healing. All of the things that we see in our world, that we see in ourselves, and all about us. Limitless love, limitless love. So I invite you to take that in and be contemplative about it during this week, knowing that love is limitless and can accomplish all things. I give thanks for this time, and I know that it is a wonderful day as we go about it now. And together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Maureen. My talk title today is The Kingdom of Good. The Kingdom of Good. I'm continuing on using the book I mentioned last week, This Thing Called You by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. I'm really enjoying it a lot. He said in chapter 4, he said, we live in a vast universe, a vast universe. In fact, it's so vast that I have a hard time getting my mind around the concept of it. I was just doing a little bit of research, and they say that when scientists try to measure it, that the light that comes from the edge of the universe takes 46 billion years to reach us at the speed of light. At the speed of light, 46 billion years to get to us. And that's not even the edge of it. That's just the edge that we can detect. Now, at one time, the thought was that after the Big Bang, the universe was slowing up as it expanded. They did research and they found actually that that it's going quicker. But the latest research, they've thrown up their hands and they said, we really don't understand it. You know, it looks like it's going slower in certain areas, faster than others, so we just don't know. And that may be the smartest thing they can say. We just don't know. You know, there are just some things in life you can't explain. What was it? William Shakespeare in Hamlet says, you know, there are more things, Horatio, in heaven and earth than your philosophies can explain. There are just some things that defy our logic, our explanation of it. If you want an example of it, it didn't get much attention, but it was really fascinating. There was a congressional hearing last week. Didn't make the news because it wasn't about, you know, a deadly disease showing up or countries being invaded, but I thought it was really fascinating. The Pentagon went before the Congress, Pentagon experts now, mind you, these are all generals, and they were giving explanations about why our aircraft, the military aircraft, keep picking up and seeing UFOs and have actually videos of UFOs. And they were showing one of the videos, and there's a round object that's tracking this very fast aircraft. The object is moving in ways that are beyond our capability. And the congressman asked this general, what do you make of this? How can you explain this? And the general replied, there is no explanation. We don't know what to make of this. So I think there's mystery to life. There is mystery to life. And actually, I think the mystery of life really lies on how much Spirit can support us in love and compassion. That's the real mystery, that when we open ourselves up to those energies, that Spirit is going to really surprise us with the great good that we can do. Now, Dr. Holmes, our founder of our teaching, he said the universe was based on love and law. Love and law. I will add a third one to that. I think freedom. Love, law, and freedom. Because we are given the freedom of self-choice, so we can learn a better way to go through life. That's what we're here doing, learning a better way to live a more loving and compassionate life. And we all are going to get to that place where we understand our role, where we know how valued and important we are. Dr. Holmes says we're all going to get there. He says, no, not one of us will be missing. We're all going to get there. He said, Spirit has placed within us a compass that can lead to happiness, can lead to peace of mind and joy. And he said, all of us at some point are going to sit down by the roadside, weary with struggle, and we're going to listen to the voice of Spirit. And Spirit will reply, this is the path. Follow it. This is your path. He says, the time of our return is our own decision. It can be today, it can be this year, or it can be in the vast forevers that stretch out before us. But why not make it today? Why not let this day be the day of our salvation, of our unification, of our knowing who we are and whose we are? Because when we make that decision, we will have an easier life. The greatest gift that life could give us has been given to us, and it is us. You are the greatest gift God could have given to you. You are. And when you realize that and accept that, you are the answer to every problem you're going to ever confront. You have within you the solution to any challenge. You plus God is an answer to any problem anybody can throw at you. And you have the power to unfold a wonderful, an amazing creative life. And it comes from our decision on where we're going to direct our consciousness. What are we going to stay focused on in our thinking? And we're the only ones that can make that choice. That decision comes from Spirit alone, and it is given to us, and we're the only ones who can decide where we're going to put our attention. Life will become to us what we are to it. Life will become to us what we are to it. You know, many years ago, I had a Center for Spiritual Living in Atlanta, and we would do lots of fun things out in the community. And one day we decided we would go to we had a children's hospital that was very close to our community, and we thought we would go and we would pay for everybody's parking that had come visited someone in the children's hospital. Because Atlanta, the parking's very expensive, and the hospitals, you know, you can easily pay $15 to probably up now $25 or more dollars. And so it was a wonderful thing to do. The hospital administrator, she just loved the idea. When we got out and did it, oh my goodness, people would cry. You know, they would say, you know, my child is sick. I'm spending more money than I have. And just this one little kindness was so impactful. Another guy asked us who we were with. We told him. He was traveling from California, and he actually went to a Center for Spiritual Living in California. He got out his checkbook. He asked us how much we were spending. He wrote us a check and said, I'm going to cover the whole amount. So it was a lovely experience, except one woman. One woman. We were going along fine. Everybody was having a good time, and they notified me to come over, and I went over to talk to this woman, and she was angry as fire. If we had taken a bucket of cold water and thrown in on her, she would have been no more mad than our offering to pay for her parking ticket. She was furious, and her idea was, you know, it's some kind of scam. Y'all going to expect something from me. And there was no explaining it. And so we eventually just walked away from it. Not even God can force a blessing on you if you're not willing to accept it. And I'm sure if we followed up with this woman, if she kept that attitude, She hasn't had a lot of blessings in her life because with that attitude, you can't. Not even God can give us a blessing if we have clenched fist. We have to be open and receptive. We have to know that Spirit is with us. It's guiding us to a better day. We are not alone on this journey. You haven't been abandoned. There's always been that constant friend who knows you better than yourself, that knows your strengths, knows your power, knows how valuable you are. You are needed. You are essential. There's something that you've come to life to do that only you can do it, and Spirit is counting on you. Dr. Holmes says within our souls, there is this divine pattern. It waits our recognition of it. And we have to link our will, our thought, our intellect, and our feeling to this divine pattern. The thing that stands between us and all the good we can imagine is a thing of thought. A thing of thought. It's not a reality. We must change it. It is not a reality that we must change. It is our mental reaction to it. That's what we have to place. And you know, if you want a really good spiritual exercise this week, people always come up to me, Reverend Ken, give us a spiritual exercise. Give us a practice. And they want something, you know, with cotton pillows on the floor and sage burning in the background, tinkling music, eagle feathers, maybe some crystals. All right, I'll give you a spiritual practice this week that's powerful, dynamic, that can help you change the world. And you know where you're going to do it at? The gas pump. That's where you're going to do it at, the gas pump. You want a spiritual practice at the gas pump, there's one for you. And you know what the spiritual practice is? To conquer fear and anger. Fear and anger. I was at the gas pump, and there was a guy behind me, and he was just mad with everybody. The oil companies, the president, the Congress, everybody. You know what that kind of anger does? You're connecting that fear and anger, and it's going to project out, and it's going to attract to you something really fearful and something to be fearful and angry about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're at the gas pump. The first thing you do is you look at that gas pump and you say, "You don't scare me none. You don't scare me none. God and I, we've got this, buddy. We've got this." And then immediately go from that place of fear and anger. It's okay to have those emotions. It's all right. The sign that you're really making progress is when you recognize it. See, the poor guy that was yelling at the gas pump next to me, he just thinks he's living in, that's his truth, that's his honesty, that's the way life is. And so he's going to continue generating it. When you are able to recognize it and pull back from it and say, wait a minute, this isn't working for me any longer. There is a better way. That's when you're making progress. That's when you've set yourself up to have a huge, wonderful miracle. That's when you've set yourself up to be a miracle. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to be a miracle. So you look at that gas pump and you say, you're not going to scare me. Then you give gratitude. Be grateful that you've got enough money to pay for the gas. Be grateful that there is gas. Be grateful for, being able to use your car. Then give compassion to those people around you who may be in a fearful place. The mom who's working, who has a tight budget. Rural workers who have to travel a lot. Give compassion out to them. And finally, envision something good that can come from this experience. See something good out of this. I was at the gas pump and I asked Spirit, I said, show me what can come from this. And I suddenly realized that the next generation, we're not going to be so dependent on oil forever. We have a lot of these young people, especially in urban environments, they're not going to depend on cars the way we have. And we're going to move into other forms of energy, and that's going to be a good thing. A good thing for the ecology, the environment. It's going to keep us from sending money to people who sell oil who aren't necessarily the nicest people. And maybe that will, if they don't have that much money, maybe they won't invade other countries next to them, cause trouble. So there is good that is going to come from this. We just have to hold on to it. And if you can envision something good, turn it over to God. Turn it over to God. Tell God, I can't see the good. You got to do this. You've got to do this for. It's God's universe. It's not mine. So there's a part of this that Spirit's going to have to step up and do. So turn it over to Spirit and then do the best you can with what you have, with what's right in front of you. Do the best. Be the most loving and kind and compassionate person you can with what's going on. And when fear comes your way, hold on to thoughts of happiness and joy. They will transmute them through an alchemy of spirit. And then, if that doesn't work, think of what you can do in service. How can I serve others? How can I play my part in bringing about the best world ever? You see, Jesus said there's a new heaven and a new earth coming. That new heaven and new earth is going to come through us, through our hearts and souls, through our stepping up and saying, we can be better than this. We can live in more love and compassion. We don't have to have this turmoil. And then listen to the intuition you have within yourself, and that is the voice of Spirit. That's the voice of God. Jesus said over and over again, the kingdom of good is at hand. The kingdom of good is at hand. It awaits our recognition of it. That's when it becomes power to us, when we recognize that the kingdom of good is at hand. We're all on this wonderful adventure. We're guided by love and we're inspired by truth. Our future is what we will make of it. So this morning, let us make a decision. Don't leave this place today without having a strong conviction that you are the way love is coming into your life, that you are here to experience the goodness and the blessings of God, that you are here to have abundant health, wonderful prosperity. You are here to have a loving family, wonderful friends to remind you to laugh and play. You are here to know yourself as God knows you, and God knows you as a miracle of life. God is so grateful that you are here, that you have stepped up to life. And even though you've had your heart broken, you're willing to love again. Even though you've been disappointed, you're willing to get up and try again. Even though you can be dismayed by all the troubles of the world, you're willing to get up and say, this can be a better place, and I'm doing my part to bring it about. Spirit is so grateful for you. It is proud of you. It is sending you every bit of help and inspiration it can for you to make this journey, and you are on your way. You are the way that Spirit is making the world a better place, and you're doing wonderful. Just know within yourself you've got this love and joy of God bursting through, and you will be the light of the world. It's what you're here to do. It's the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Susan.
Thank you, Reverend Ken. What enthusiasm. I want to just say that the Turgar group that meets on Wednesday night, is this on? Is it okay? Is so grateful to Reverend Ken in this space. We started years ago. We were meeting at Discovery Yoga for a long time. And then there was a while we didn't have a home during COVID, but we did a lot of Zoom. And I want everyone to know that the meeting that meets here Wednesday night is a hybrid meeting. So you can come here, be here, or you can go on Zoom. And we have a sign-up sheet if you want to get the newsletter. It'll let you know how to hook up on Zoom. I did want to share a little personally about my travels with meditation. When I came across Turkar, it was very, very different than any other meditation I had been exposed to. And it wasn't like meditating 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes at night with the goal of quieting the mind and being more peaceful. In fact, there isn't a goal, much of a goal, except to become more aware and present in the present moment. And there's no need, or I discovered that there's no need to try to get rid of thoughts and feelings or sensations in the body or circumstances, but it teaches this particular type of meditation how to be with thoughts and feelings and sensations in a very different way. And it also teaches about tapping in to the joy and the open, expansive awareness and love and compassion that is constantly here, always with us, present every moment of every day. So how to tap into that and not let the circumstances rule. The other thing I found that I really appreciated about this meditation was it's all about a way of life, 24/7. So it's walking meditation. It's meditating when you're sitting at the stoplight and just taking a few moments to connect with breath. It's meditating when you can't fall asleep at night and noticing, scanning the body. But it's the availability of meditation 24/7 and to connect to that abiding love, that abiding joy, that open, expansive sky, that infiniteness that Ken talks about all the time. So we will go into another brief meditation. But before that, actually, I wanted to read one other quote by Mingyur Rinpoche. It's entitled, it's an analogy, Flag in the Wind. Picture a flag tethered to a flagpole. If the wind blows one way, so does the flag. When the breeze coming from the opposite direction comes from the opposite direction, the flag has to follow. Generally speaking, our minds are like that too, completely dependent on and subject to feeling and thoughts. There's no real freedom in it and no control. But by practicing meditation, our minds become pliable and workable. And this grants you more freedom, more control. And instead of thoughts and emotions pushing you around, you can direct your mind toward a different purpose. So we will prepare for another meditation. And Dave, if you don't mind, if you have that opening aspiration. That's okay. The idea behind an opening aspiration is that we always have an intention for our behavior and our actions, but many times we're not conscious of that intention. And the opening aspiration is to be conscious of what our intention is for meditating. And that, in general, with this Buddhist meditation, is to bring peace and well-being, or tap into that peace and well-being for not only ourselves, but for the benefit of others. So that's the gist of the opening aspiration. It's there, we can do it. Thank you. With boundless compassion and wisdom, I will work for the welfare of all. May we be free from hunger and discord and have joy in a world at peace. So again, closing your eyes if that feels comfortable, or keeping your eyes slightly open. There's a lot about these meditations done with open eyes, so that is also a possibility. But allow yourself to get comfortable in your seat, letting your body be relaxed and at ease. And slowly relax the muscles in your body starting from the forehead and face and gradually working down the body, releasing any tension, working down to your legs and feet. As you sit, be aware of any sensations that are present and just allow them to be. You may feel pleasant sensations, perhaps unpleasant sensations, or nothing at all. Simply be aware of whatever occurs in this present moment without needing to change anything. Now expand your awareness beyond your particular body to the surroundings here in this room. And bring your attention perhaps to any sounds, perhaps smells or aromas. Or if your eyes are open, perhaps what your eyes are glancing at, what you're visually aware of. And let your awareness become even more open and vast as you stay with these physical sensations of hearing, seeing, smelling, sensing. And now expand your awareness even further beyond these immediate surroundings. And feel the space around you, above you. And be aware of that space. And like clouds, all phenomena occur in space, change in space, and dissolve back into space. Now you can expand your awareness beyond this room, beyond this community, beyond our country. Go beyond the clouds into boundless, boundless, boundless space, infinite space, vast, open, expansive, open in all directions. And just stay there for a minute. And it is this space, this openness, this loving presence that allows you to be with whatever is in your circumstances or your body or your thoughts or your feelings. Identifying with this space and openness that encompasses all, that makes room for all, without judgment. And now open your eyes slowly if they've been closed, and simply be present again in this physical space. And you don't have to meditate, there's nothing you need to do, just be. letting your mind and your body rest naturally. And simply be aware of whatever arises in your consciousness, in your awareness, in this present moment. Gently breathing, allowing yourself to just be. And then we'll close this meditation again with our closing dedication. By the power of this compassionate practice, may suffering be transformed into peace. May the hearts of all beings be open and their wisdom radiate from within. Thank you.
So 6:30 on Wednesday here, if you'd like to join in. So please do. All right, so now we move to the time where we support our center. Your support is very needed and necessary. As you know, we're going through challenging times. Our landlord has just raised our rent by $500 a month. We need your support. You have been very, very generous to us the whole 2 years of COVID. Now we are at a time where we've got to pivot and, rise up to the challenges, and we will. We will. Now, you can support our center in 3 ways. You can support it in consciousness. This is doing prayer work, seeing our center grow and thrive. You can volunteer. We always have volunteer projects to do. You can help us that, and you can financially. Whatever way, we're very grateful for it. Take whatever offering you have and place it over your heart and read with me our affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Well, thank you in advance for your generous contributions. And now to close the service, I'm going to do an affirmative prayer. Take this in for yourself. I'm going to do it in the first person. If I say something that works for you, hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, just let that part slide by. But just know this truth with me this morning. There is only one God and one mind and one power. That power is perfect love. It's divine intelligence. It's abundant wisdom. And it created me out of itself plus nothing else. And it is so proud of me. It loves me. It's grateful for me. It stands by willing to help me out at every turn. So this morning, in this sacred space, filled with all these wonderful, loving people, I now choose to have a better idea about myself, that I am here to experience God's joy, God's love, the abundance of life. I am here to have wonderful love and health and prosperity, wonderful family and friends. I am here to gain wisdom, share wisdom. I am here to know myself as God knows me, not as weak and wounded, not as a victim. I am here to know that I am a powerful channel of God's good. I am here helping rain down the blessings of Spirit on earth. I am here to make the world a better place by my being in it. And we're doing a great job, Spirit and I. And we have even more work to do. So this morning, I leave this place encouraged. This morning, I leave this place inspired. This morning, I leave this place knowing who I am and whose I am. And I'm not afraid of anybody. The gas pump won't scare me. The news won't scare me. There is nothing on this earth that's going to hold me back. For Spirit has given me wings to fly. And this morning, I am opening my wings to the abundant sky and saying, yes, God, here I am. Use me. Let me be a wonderful outlet of your love and joy, compassion, and power. I am on my way, and Spirit is guiding me every step of the way. This is my truth. Every cell of my being radiates this right knowing. And I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, And so it is. All right, my dear friends, I'm going to leave you with one last thought. Your life. Your life, it's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, to proclaim your miracle, and to make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle God is calling us to be. This is Reverend Ken. Until we see each other again, many blessings.